Hello guys, here I am this is Nicholas here, just going to go ahead and demonstrate the new lab manager and lab environment that you will be using and training agents on to run the various reaction benches, benches period. So in this case, this has been designed with the idea that a human runs it, but by Friday I'll have code up which will allow an arbitrary, heuristic user or a neural network user to, go in and utilize this environment. So let's get started. So as you'll first notice here on the left, we have 8 actions that the user can perform. So in this case, we can load a vessel from a pickle file, we can load the distillation bench, we can load a reaction bench, we can load an extraction bench, we can list all the available vessels, we can create a new vessel, we can save a vessel, and we can quit. So let's first go and see if we have any loaded vessels already. So we're going to list all available vessels, and we'll see that there's none. And that's just standard. You can, in your own manager environment, you can have it such that it comes with like preloaded vessels, but for now we'll just leave it be. So now let's say that you want to load a vessel from a pickle file. So let's go ahead and perform that action. And now we're just going to go ahead and specify the pickle file that we want. Okay, and it's successfully loaded. If we press 4 now, we'll see here that we now have a Wirtz reaction vessel that's been loaded. Okay, now that that's done, let's go ahead and do a reaction. So let's go ahead and load the reaction bench. We're going to load the most recent version of Wirtz. So in this case, Wirtz React v1 uses the newest base class and is the better version to use. And now in this case, so we can either specify that we wish to use a vessel that we already have loaded in, or in this case, we can create a new vessel. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and create a brand new vessel that we'll use for this reaction. And by specifying -1, we do that. Okay, and then here, next up, we see a list of available agents that can run on this bench. So with these new classes, there's a new class that, which is in essence an agent and allows you to run within a specific environment. However, for this case, I've only implemented random users. So let's go ahead and just use that. Okay, and we're done. So here we can see that it took 1 second to run that, to run the entire reaction bench. And now if we go to list vessels, we should see that we now also have a new vessel. So another reaction, another Wirtz reaction vessel. So now I just want to demonstrate some of the nice features of this. So here, if we go then and we want to load the reaction bench again, we're going to do the same. However, in this case, instead of creating a new vessel, we're going to use one of our pre-existing vessels. So in this case, the vessel that we just created and just ran a Wirtz reaction on. Now we're going to do another random. Okay, and again, runs in around 1 second. But if we see here, we'll notice that it did use, oh, sorry, here, let me just go ahead and list the vessel again. Sorry, that was stupid of me. And then if we go here, we'll see that, in fact, so here we have sodium, and here we have sodium. So the values have changed, and in fact, it has used the same vessel again and performed the reaction. So we'll see that here, we have created more 4-ethyl decane than before. So that's just, well, that is what it is. So now let's say that we're done with that and we got what we wanted out of vessel 1. So now what we can go ahead and do is we can load up the extraction bench. So in this case, we want to extract dodecane from this solution. So we're now going to go ahead and load the Wirtz extraction environment. And in this case, we're going to pass in the vessel that we just created. So here we pass that in. And again, for now, all we have is a random agent, but c'est la vie. And then it runs. So in this case, we got a number of actions before it decided to quit. And now we can go ahead and let's check our newest vessels. So as you'll see here, we still have our initial reaction vessel. And then we have 1, 2, and 3 here, which are all new vessels from our most recent extraction. So in this case, 3 is our extracted vessel and contains our desired material. So from there, now let's go ahead and load actually, before we load the distillation bench, let's just go ahead and, since I like what I got as an outcome for 3, I'm going to go ahead and save it. So if we go 6, save vessel, we're going to save vessel 3, and we're just going to call it test. So, and now if we quickly look up in here, we'll see that we saved the test pickle file. So perfect, we have everything saved so far. And now our last step, which is we're going to load our distillation bench. In this case, we're going to have it distill off everything, and we will end up with, well, in theory, we'll end up with dodecane. So the only distillation bench available. And now we'll load 3, which is the vessel that contains our desired material. And we'll use a random agent. Okay, and while there was a problem with the distillation bench, the actual environment itself is in working order, and that's in essence a demo of the entire platform. I hope you guys have a better understanding now of how this sort of works, and yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.